Hello, I'm Captain Stanford, Texas Fish Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report.
All right, starting out here at the jetties. Be careful you don't want to go when it's been too windy, but there have been murder in the sheep's head out there. There's some big black drum, there's some bull reds, and a few trout. Most of them being caught on peeled shrimp. You can use the fresh or you can use the dead, whichever, but peeled shrimp has been working really the best. Also, if you move up to the Phoenix area, there's been some redfish and some sheep's head caught up in there too. Over here in Sailboat Channel, right here in this edge right here, there's a little bowl right here. You can fish it from the bank. You can drive right up here off the highway, get out and fish in here. Throw shrimp on the bottom. Peeled seems to be working best. Black drum and redfish. There's a lot of small redfish in there, but there's a lot of black drum. You have to just move up and down the bank, find out where they're at. If you got a boat, or a kayak, you can get right here in the very intersection right here, and there's been some really good black drum in there. If you move on down, all the way down this intersection, that intersection right there, there's lots of black drum. Some of them small, some of them good eaters, mainly on shrimp. There's a few nice trout. I've seen some 27-inch trout pulled out of there lately on some corkies. Also, if you'll get all the way back in the very back on an outgoing tide, there's been some decent redfish. There's a lot of short ones, but there's been some keepers where you can limit out right there. Over here at Conran Harbor, they're still catching some trout. Off the bank here, you can just park along here anywheres, hop out, just go fishing. It's real easy. Shrimp has been working the best, but you will catch perch and other fish along with it. Over here on the ICW by the Old Terminal Causeway, these rocks right on this bank. Afternoon's been producing some decent redfish. There's some schools of black drum mixed in there. There's a lot of trout. You just have to move around with your trolling motor till you find them, and there'll be a school of trout in there, and most of them are short, but there's some good ones. If you use artificials like a big paddle tail or a corky that sinks close to the bottom, that's where they're at. Over at Long Reef, there's been some reports, some really good trout. Shrimp has been working pretty good for the smaller ones, but if you use artificial, the bigger paddle tails, the bigger trout are there, and you have to move around and find them. The school will be there. You just have to move around and find out where they're at. Also, if you move on down here to Paul's Mott, in this area, there's been some redfish and some black drum up here in this bank, back here in these little shoals. There's an oyster bed back in there. Shrimp has been working. Cut crabs have been working on them too. Over in Estus Flats, Redfish Bay, if you'll drift these flats in the afternoon, slow with a 1/8 ounce gold spoon, or you can also use a 1/4 ounce, but go slow is the main deal. A popping cork and shrimp has been working as well. Also, if you'll go over here to California Hole in the afternoons, there's been some decent trout caught in here in the deeper water in California Hole, but they've been mainly on shrimp, also pink plastics.
I'm Captain Stanford. Thanks for watching.